Oh no, we forgot to do the moto memory check. 2.5 gigs. Probably need to restart after this match. Yep. The Delver hand does Delver things. Prototype in session, I try to... That's not a bad idea, just have a dedicated Go Live channel. I was just saying, I usually post in the game channel, but having a channel in there that's explicitly just like Go Live, yeah, that's a good idea. I should be able to set it up so only I can post it, or like myself and other people that... Days your thing. You days my days, bro? Oh no, they days my days. I can't pay for their days. Because Jarvis you... Hey, cruising on! With the 22-month resubscription. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. 22 months, working your way up to that blood gem. You want to reveal this ponder? I would love to reveal that ponder, friend. Let's do this. Smashy, smashy. Tomorrow morning. Evening, Jen. So we're gonna play this league with Grixis Delver, and then we will probably close out the night with some Hex. We got a sweet Reanimator deck my team's been working on in Hex. I'm excited to kick the tires on that a little bit. I don't think I want to trade here. I think I want to just keep these Delvers and flip them and run them out of the game. No Wasteland's good for us. Another Delver, okay. Trigger. Do I want to brainstorm in response here? How aggressive is that? I think I'm going to brainstorm in response here. Okay, sweet. I'm going to put both these ponders back. And we can flip this third Delver next turn. Miss Jackson, are you not scared? Miss Jackson, are you not scared? Miss Jackson, let's go! Ride the insect! Yeah, I love her anyway. Where will you be waking up tomorrow? Ooh, they missed! That's really bad for them. This is just Legacy in its purest form, just mono Delvers. Opponent chose to shuffle their library. That's good for us. Everyone remember, look, I brainstormed to flip the second Delver, okay? You know, I heard Magic Online was buggy, but this seems ridiculous. I have children, I'm allowed to make that joke. Just so everything's above the board. Is this new Paramore? This is new Paramore. Oh, right. After Laughter is coming out soon. Lightning Bolt. Just want to shuffle these, right? Just looking for a bolt. You just can't even make this shit up. Like, I don't keep track of what comes out when. Let's guarantee the flip next turn. We'll draw this Wasteland. So we can Wasteland them, flip the Delver, play the Tombstalker next turn. Because I don't think I need to be that aggressive. So they have Verdant Catacombs in their deck. That probably means they're playing Sultai Delver, right? Do we put them on Sultai Delver? If they're on Sultai Delver, I want these Diabolic Edicts. You want to do this? Spell Pierce is okay, I guess. Sultai Delver has Liliana of the Veil. I'd rather have Force, especially on the draw. Do this, see how it feels. Not 100% sure which Delver variation they're playing just yet. Hand's pretty good. This hand is going to have what I like to refer to as the legacy check if they don't play Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman, rats. Actually, I'm going to probe them. If they don't have a land, we'll probably wasteland them. It's the best Kiki core deck in Legacy. Well, look at that. Don't wasteland this opponent. Got it. Check. Not wastelanding you. Got it. That's a Keranos! That's a Keranos! Birds of Paradise, go! Let's ramp into our 5-drop! I'm about to get him to Torak, aren't I? About to get him to Torak, aren't I? Oh, it's a cantrip. True name? We drew a true name? Nope. For us tonight. Lace up your shoe. Why did we eat my land? So confused. Who's Keranos for? Just the grindy matchups? Matchups like this. We're not meant to be, run, baby, run. Oh no, they dazed my 1-drop. That's good. That means they're going to be less likely to daze my 5-drop. Goodbye. Countdown 3, 2, 1, I fall. No, we don't have basic lands in my deck. What do you think this is? I draw a Brainstorm? It's pretty good. Nope. Wait, they drew Brainstorm, but they played their land before they brainstormed? They just, like, don't want to get dazed off of this, I guess? I'm not sure if that's fair or terrible. My gut says it's terrible, but I'm not actually sure. Yeah, like, they should play the Verdant Catacombs, right? Or do they play their Verdant already? Nope. Yeah, they definitely have a Verdant Catacombs in their hand. Way up our heart. I guess if I play this, I'm using up all the lands, but it like cuts them off of acceleration too, which is nice. Makes Keranos a little bit farther away from realistic. I think True Name down seems appealing. This could run into another Daze, I suppose. Nope. Yeah, like Toxic Deluged. You and me. That's pretty good. That's also very good, though. So I just get to go ahead and blast this. Do you have force blue card? Not. I'm gonna take them off Underground Sea here. Frank's her hails, but she don't know. He's got her best friend on the phone. He picked her hair, his dirty clothes are all he gives to her. The wall, all the girls he wish she was. Anything to her, her boyfriend. He don't know anything about her. He's too stoned. Nintendo. No, I want to hold Deathrite Shaman up so I can activate a Deathrite Shaman and deny them mana with another Deathrite Shaman. A night and she's all alone. TV's on. The walls. All his favorite songs, her boyfriend. He don't know anything about her. He's too stoned. Nintendo. I wish that I could make her see. She's just the flavor of the week. Alright, maybe this Karanos isn't good in Wasteland Mirrors. Or maybe I've just been Wastelanding too aggressively. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. This is just the 4 of a kind up matchup. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna Deathrite Shaman. There's only one. No, there's 2 sorceries. Okay, so that was a mistake on my part. Alright, so we take a hit here. So I'm gonna eat a land, make black mana, and then eat a daze. I could make her see. She's just the flavor. And hopefully this baits them into using this. And then my 3 Deathrite Shamans can eat 3 lands. Then we can play the Karanos. Makes me win. Alright. This daze is gonna suck. Who's ready to get dazed, chat? Raise your hand out there if you're ready to get dazed. Raise your hand. We're not going for it. This is the last shot we've got. This is it. Oh, geez, that's in play. Half of the abuse. The God of Storms is here, ladies and gentlemen. Any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. We could K command to get back. And Storm is already a good deck. Any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. They have Toxic Deluge? Toxic Deluge should be really bad for us here. Will you Volt? Okay. Take my free block. Unfortunately, don't have another black here. Don't make any sudden moves. The half of the abuse. You know. That's actually pretty good, right? The Pyroblast in response. I assume this is going to get them to eat 2 things. Then I'm actually going to be able to eat the Wasteland and this land, right? And like cast the Skulligans command. And keep an eye on you, son. Things you do. As the drugs never work. Leave you a smirk. 'Cause they got methods of keeping you clean. Your aspirations for shreds. Another cog in the murder machine. They said now teenagers scared. I think I just let this one happen. This way I can use this for mana next turn. Okay, just let the old Deathrite get pushed off a cliff here. They only got 1 card left. But not me. Girls in the clique. Gonna fit. So now either we get a land and then we can Culligan's command this Delver, or we get a spell and we can bolt the Delver with the Karanos. Pay for the things that they did, they said no. I want my Delver back, probably, right? Return this guy, shock that guy. Are there any other non-believers in the Church of Karanos? They don't have any cards in their hand. Am I supposed to attack them with this True Name? I think I'm supposed to attack them with this True Name, right? Because I can force a removal spell. And then drawing any spell with Karanos kills them. Maybe they'll leave you alone, but not me. Shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. I mean, like, the deck's Jace is best against Red Blast too. That very defensive Deathrite Shaman activation feels like it was good for us. Are we gonna see another defensive Deathrite Shaman activation? sunrise coming up over the Pacific and you to know. I think I'm just eating a creature with this, right? To gain some life. It's ever banning. Live my life. Right there, that's exactly where. So if there's a non-creature spell on top of our deck, we get to bolt them and then run them down with these. Very moment that I wish that I could take back. I'm sorry for the person I became. I'm sorry that it took so long for me to change. To try and never become that way again. I wonder if I was supposed to force that so they can't draw Abrupt Decay. I'm actually pretty far off of casting this Tombstalker, right? So I just like let this resolve. Absolutely no one. You got to create them. So if we hit a cantrip and cantrip into a black source, we kill them. To the beginning. That would get revealed either way here. Unless I watch myself together, I would watch me fall apart, and I can't let that happen again. Huh. Am I just wastelanding them? Am I wasting them off of this? I feel like I'm just wasting them off of this. Deathrite Shaman is very good. Very, very good. That's how we cast Karanos. Deathrite Shaman cast Karanos, duh. It's great. How do you cast Karanos? With our Birds of Paradise, duh. Our black Birds of Paradise. I think this Deathrite card is good, folks. I'm still on the fence about it, but I think it might be okay. I think it might be fine. There's one more creature over here. The Buckshot. Yep, reveal it, because we're going to use it to bolt something here in a second anyways. Karanos is not quite live. He's almost there. Karanos is almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We got to take a screenshot of that one if we get him live, right? He takes 7 devotion, right? Getting real close. Another Delver, please. Woo! Is this real life? Is this real life? I think it's real life! Don't concede, opponent! Don't concede! I need a screenshot! I need a screenshot, opponent! What's the Karanos for? For playing a 6-5! That's what the Karanos is for! Oh yeah. This is real life. All right, let's go. Are all the Carranos non-believers shut down now? Is there anyone out there that's not coming to the Church of Carranos next week? Hey-o! Control. I don't know if this card is good, but this is hilarious. G's opponent. All right, we're gonna restart Magic Online. Some of the sponsors plug while we do that. Good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland, and we are playing some Legacy Grixis Delver here this evening. If you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, it helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see past that, you can also support my content by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Both of those help support myself financially directly so I can spend more time Carranosing nerds and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on all of your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using promo code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves on their website. You can upload your own custom artwork that you have the right to redistribute or choose from their wide selection of custom artwork that they have on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com, they offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month with them. It's a really great service if you're a competitive player who changes decks a lot, if you're someone like me that plays mostly online and just wants to play in paper on occasion. This deck needs a card. I mean, we could probably make 7 mana, right? It turns out the line, good boy and girls. We played this person Friday night, right? This is the person that was playing the artifact deck. Still have the Null Rod and stuff on my board, right? No one talked me out of that? Sounds great. Second K command, Null Rod, Ancient Grudge. Let's go. They beat us when we were playing the lands deck. At all our hand from the dead. Ian! With the 21-month resubscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's spending their time here tonight. I know there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, so thanks for being here. Seemed good enough. It seems a little medium minus. These are mystery cards, I guess. The low end of keepable. 3 more months to Bloodshard, indeed. You see Brainstorm we keep. That's fair. These are like mystery cards, like Dealer's Choice mystery cards. There's three Cabal therapies in the main? Yeah, 3 in the main. They are still playing their artifact deck. Didn't wasting time. This is a Chalice. Hanger Backwalker, okay. Little heart. You got over there, friendo. I think I'm gonna probe again in case we had a wasteland. Ding. Make your little heart, watch it take a fall, laughing all the way to the hospital. There's nothing surgery can do. Fetch Volk, bolt this. Boop. 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 Why do you offer me blocks magic online? Does it look like I'm capable of blocking in my current position? We can build our own Silver Guild up next turn if we want. Potentially, if they draw a single mana source, we're gonna have to daze a Master of Ethereum. My chat is great. Y'all are the best. Bolt Scourge. They're gonna give me a chance to bolt this in response to them activating it. That seems loose. Just gonna pass the turn here, and when they activate this, I'll bolt it in response. This thing makes Thopters equal to the amount of 1/1 counters on it, so now they only get 1 Thopter. I think I'm going to end step Brainstorm here. Do a Thoughtcast. Chalice the Void. Another Hangback Worker. I'm going to Brainstorm in response. I'm going to daze this. Which I guess is a little bit loose. They don't have a good answer to Master of Ethereum currently. I know there's a Volk on top of my deck. I think I want to put one of these other lands back anyways. Yeah. The problem is the Master makes all these other things bigger. I think I need to just keep them off the Master here. Which means we have to draw a land next turn. They're probably going to draw a Soul Land to make me regret my life decisions. But I think we're supposed to do this. It means we can't do anything this next turn. I guess I can crack a Fetch and Snapcaster Bolt. Or Snapcaster Probe. Like, not exciting, but it's fine. I'm actually going to get a Tropical Island here in case we draw a Deathrite Shaman and can gain some life then. It might be better to wait to Snap Bolt next turn, but I kind of just want to use my mana. Tezzeret, Cranial Plating, Master. Yeah, drawing Cake Command would be great, so we could, like, kill this. Oh, Daze is a fantastic draw. So is Tombstalker. Alright, here's my flying thing. Have I talked about how much better this card is than that other thing we were playing recently? I feel like I haven't, and I probably should. Need to dodge a soul land. If they miss a land drop again here, we should be good. That's a soul land. Oh, they played this instead of cranial plating, so that's good for us. Deal. Wait. This means I can bolt this, and they no longer have this active, right? That's how that's gonna work? Oh, lordy. Wasteland's a fun card. So we're getting kind of bit for fetching this, this tropical island aggressively here. So kind of on the back foot because I fetched the wrong land here. Like if they draw a regular land, this is going to make mana this turn, which means, oh yeah, so it's going to get to make mana this turn regardless. Am I supposed to pressure them here? I'm just going to attack with this. I don't want them to, I don't want to crack this fetch and use this bolt this turn, because I want to flip my Delver guaranteed. They might trade here. All of the Ornithopters. They have Cranial Plating and Tezzeret in their hand right now. Those are cards. More 3/2s, please. Yeah, we stream Hex a few times a week. In fact, after I finish this league with Delver, we've got this match and then 3 more. We're going to play some Hex to close out the night. Hex is great. Easily my favorite digital card game. Maybe just my favorite card game in general. Yep. Yep. You have a green up lighting. Am I cracking this fetch so I don't draw this Gitaxian Probe? I think I am. I don't really give a crap about the cards in their hand. Yeah, right? Galblast would be kind of devastating. The Hex player base is definitely smaller than some of the other more popular games, but it's enough to find matches consistently. They have 2 $1,000... Their competitive scene is really fantastic. They have 2 $1,000 cash tournaments every single weekend. I think I just smashed with everything here, right? This bulk could potentially kill them. So like every Saturday, they have a $7 entry fee, $1,000 cash constructed tournament. It pays cash to the top 4 players and then pays out additional in-game prizes to the top 32 players. And then every Sunday, they have a $1,000 cash sealed tournament that costs $15 to enter, but that includes the cost of the packs that you need to play it. All right, and then if this happens, then I just get to bolt this, and now the Mox Opal doesn't work anymore. They also have slightly bigger cash tournaments that happen every other month that are invite only. So they have a $5,000 cash tournament that has no entry fee, but you have to qualify to play in it. Hex is kind of like Magic plus plus in a lot of ways. It's Magic, but it takes the digital design space and does a lot of interesting things with it that you just like can't do in a game of Magic. This is a Spell Pierce matchup. Dead to Lasgar's Vengeance, right? This is probably not a Cabal Therapy matchup. I feel like their hand probably gets empty a lot of the time. I'd rather have Daze and Force. Fate Weave is fantastic. I agree. Fate Weave is 10 out of 10. Probably my favorite mechanic in any card game ever. And Hex uses that digital design space to leverage kind of a lot of variance reducing mechanics that are really enjoyable. Like the Fate Weave mechanic is phenomenal. Fate Weave is basically a mechanic that lets you stack the top of your deck. It's like a super scry. It lets you pick between a resource, a land, or a non-resource and stack that type of card on top of your deck. And like, Magic Online is convenient for zero travel tournaments today. Like, today, for instance, I top 16'd the Legacy Challenge on Magic Online, and I top 32'd the $1,000 cash tournament on Hex, their sealed tournament. I just played them both simultaneously. I had Magic Online up on one monitor and Hex up on another, and just played both at the same time. I think this is all I want to sideboard. Any comments? I can see maybe an argument for Cabal Therapy, but I really feel like they just run their hand out fast enough that I don't want it. Oh, I'm at 61 cards. Thank you. What am I cutting? Another probe? Cutting another probe seems fine. Thank you. We were talking about stuff and I missed that. But yeah, I think cutting another probe is fine. They're kind of an aggressive matchup, so cutting some probes when you're cutting therapies in an aggressive matchup is fine. Legacy is super fair and interactive. Legacy is the most interactive format in Magic currently. This is the best deck in Legacy in a non-joking fashion. Like, we make jokes about best decks in different formats all the time in here. This is, objectively speaking, the best deck in Legacy. It has the most consistent results and does very powerful things. Seems okay. It's a little awkward that we have a double black spell and this, and we have our tropical island, but yeah, what Ian said, Pyromancer is, Cabal Therapy is worse without Pyromancer. Pyromancer is just a very good card in general. Brainstorm, I don't know what Brainstorm FTK is. It's a little soft to Chalice, but most of our hands are soft to Chalice. Okay. Thoughts on Pauper? Pauper is completely irrelevant as a competitive format, which is what I'm interested in playing when it comes to Magic. Hey, this is cute. Like, opponent spent all their resources and put a Dark Confidant on the table. Yeah, opponent's draw was very good. Oh, first turn kill. Sure, yeah. I mean, shit happens. I'm gonna daze this. Adds a lot of power to the table. This isn't active because oh, I'm dumb. They have a CSI nod. Artifact lands are legal in this format. Alright, we weren't hitting anything anytime soon anyways. It's a bit. Alright, mistakes are made. I mean, like, we were pretty dead to the Chalice there too. Like, not every hand can beat Chalice. It was a mistake, but even without that mistake, that game probably still ends up in the same spot. It definitely dazed, assuming they weren't going to be able to play their thing, but, like, we're not beating their thing, so you could argue that maybe, even if I recognize that makes mana, I'm supposed to daze them and hope they don't see it, because we can't beat the Master of Ethereum. So, like, I said I'm dazing this because they can't make mana, and then I think about it and I come to the same assessment. There are far less quick, aggressive combo kills in Legacy than there are in Modern currently. K-Command is very good. K-Command is just good in general. And, like, Chalice of the Void decks are one of the ways that this deck gets cheesed out of games. So, like, having 3 reasonable answers to Chalice of the Void when it resolves, on top of having, like, Daze and Spell Pierce and Force to just, like, not let it resolve in the first place, I think really gives you a good leg up. Also, Null Rod is kind of aces in this matchup. Essence great, right? I mean, so, like, if that turns you off to Legacy, like, there's theoretical turn 1 kills in Modern, too. Like, there's theoretical turn 1 kills in every one of Magic's on-rotating formats, essentially. The question here is, do I probe on 1? I feel like I want to probe on 1. Nah, I don't know if that's true. I think I'd rather save the probe to pitch to the Force rather than pitch by Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, I think I'd rather do that, so I'm just going to pass here. This is why turn one combo decks aren't very good. I'll just get, like, Spell Pierce here. Weep silently. There. I was attacking. I think I'm just attacking them. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack them for 1. I wonder if we can see a Tezzeret here. We see another Chalice of the Void. Master of Ethereum, maybe? Oh, Tezzeret? Yep. Alright, my Ambush Viper is ready. Last time we played them, they minused this really aggressively. It's not just Force of Will. The decks that can actually kill you on turn 1 don't consistently kill you on turn 1. So, in addition to Force of Will being a card that can, in addition to Force of Will being a card that stops your opponent, there's also cards like Daze and other free counterspells that interact with the decks that kill you really quickly. That's a good one. Hopefully we don't die to this 5/5. But that one's going to be pretty good. The fries are in fact done. Can confirm the fries have been finished. Take this first hit here. Is Null Rod, is Stony Silence good against the Affinity deck? If so, why? Someone please explain to me why Stony Silence is good against the Affinity deck. Am I attacking with this or am I jump blocking with it? I think I'm jump blocking with it, right? Oh, I should have attacked with this, right? That was a mistake, I missed a point of damage. And, like, sometimes the combo deck just gets you. One of the 2 matches today I lost in the Legacy Challenge. My Storm opponent won the die roll, and on turn 2 in games 1 and 3, they killed me through 2 pieces of disruption. I had Forced Daze in the first game, and they had Discard, and then they beat the Daze, and I had Daze Surgical in my 3rd game. Never, ever, ever getting back together. If they have Dark Confidant here, they could maybe draw out of this. Yep. All right. I'm gonna draw this Ponder because it puts more fodder in my crypt for this Tombstalker to get down next turn. Shuffle these. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. We never, ever, ever. I listen to a lot of stuff. Back together. I think I'm taking this hit. If they offered this trade, I was taking it. Is this song about you, Kiki Cord? It could be, right? Rip Kiki Cord. This is going to be the last league we play tonight, but this is only match 2, so we're going to play 3 more after this. So probably going to be another hour or so. These games tend to be longer. Legacy's pretty interactive. That's a tilt. That is not a card I can spell pierce. It's a good combat control in what is a good deck to combat control in mid-range? Play Dredge. Play Dredge. Just casting this for 5, for 4. Leave a land. Maybe I should have left 2 lands in there, actually. I think I'm trading this Tombstalker with the Sea Assign out this turn. Cult of Whispers also doesn't make mana. Yeah, standard is the most interactive format in Magic, for the most part. When you can stomach the whatever decks are popular in the format. Standard is a very interactive format. Completely agree with Standard being a very interactive format. So, opponent is Dark Confidant out. We have Deathrite Shamans. Really need to hit like an Ancient Grudge or something like that. Any recommendations from my standpoint? Play Grixis Delver. If you don't want to have tough matchups, play Grixis Delver. Most interactive non-rotating format. Yes, complete 10 out of 10 agree. Standard rotates. Yep. Oh, that puts another land in the discard pile for my Deathrite Shaman here. Huh. Do I care about this? I feel like I don't care about this. Because, like, this is attacking me for 1 regardless, right? Watch us just, like, die to this stupid 1/1. Because we just never draw anything. Like, getting rid of their Dark Confidant seems like good value for us. It's another 1/1, dead in 3. Want to buy Culligan's Command, want to buy Ancient Grudge. Alright. Rowan Bob isn't on your team. I whip him into shape. I'm just spell piercing this to get a token. They can pay for it, but like they can't equip the Scranioplating anyways. The only thing that really punished me if I draw exactly Brainstorm, and if I draw Brainstorm, I'm probably fine anyways. They attack with this, I'm trading the Elemental for it. I'm gonna take this point of damage here. God. Oh, this is really frustrating. They drew Tezzeret. So we got punished for burning the Spell Pierce when I did. I think it was right to Spell Pierce there. They have to have exactly land Tezzeret to punish us. I guess we didn't know Daze was coming. God, we weren't drawing anything this game. Remember, low variance does not mean no variance. Shit happens. Sometimes you get your 1-0 matchup gets paired down into the 0-1 bracket, and then you die. Where were my cantrips at? Where were my cantrips at? You should never expect to win a given game, and that's one of the reasons why Magic is good and bad, right? Yeah, like if you wanted no variance, you should play chess or Go or something like that. It's just extra frustrating to like lose. Like I felt like I played that game really well, and then like the reward was our opponent ripping into it, and while we drew a bunch of lands and dazes. It's possible I should have mulliganed our hand in the second game because it was just dead to Chalice, like mulligan for a Force, a Grudge, or a K Command. I could see that not being unreasonable in the draw. Yeah, it was the same person we played the other night that was playing that same deck. Doesn't seem particularly good. It's not very interactive or aggressive. So I put my hands up to playing my song, the butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. Playing my song, I know they're gonna be okay. Alright. And this is Death and Taxes. I like forcing here. If this isn't Death and Taxes, if it's a control deck, that force might be a little aggressive. Alright, little insect. Alright, little insect. Still. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. Weird. Alright, so some kind of... Another matchup that Karanos will be good in. Playing my song, I know they're gonna be okay. Party in the US. If we don't flip, let me not flip to a wasteland, please. Ding, the fries are done. Let's go! This is one of my favorite mini games in Magic, by the way. We know my opponent has Brainstorm, Spell Pierce, Snapcaster Mage in their hand. So we're brainstorming in response here, because they know I'm going to Cabal Therapy them. So I probably want to... Cabal Therapy for Spell Pierce here. I think I want to name Spell Pierce here, because I think they're going to hide the Snapcaster Mage, because I saw this to the Delvers. Wow, they kept just no respect. Okay. Huh. Am I supposed to sacrifice? Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice this to this and take the Snapcaster Mage away. Because then I can call against command back my Delver. So they have Mentor, Jace, 2 lands. Lights out, I'll be turned to stone when I'm alone. I'll be home when I'm alone. Stone. They drew another snap. Oh, they did hide a Snapcaster. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wait, what? Did they auto pass by mistake? Certainly feels like they auto passed by mistake. Whoops. It's hard to run the tables of any paper event. Anyone that top 8s any Magic event got exceedingly lucky to do so. This is a game where if you have a 70% win rate, your win rate is considered insane. So like, if a 70% win rate is considered insane, think of the records you need to have to top 8 an 8-round event or a 9-round event. It's much higher than 70%. So if a really good player has a 70% win rate, oh no, did they draw another sword? When I'm alone. They have Mentor and then one card I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar with what win rates are on non-variance games. Calling, calling, calling. Introduce you to my friend Wasteland here. He's real rude. I think it'd be easier to go pro and regularly get money out of one, or you go pro right 1K sex than it would be to top 8. Yeah, almost certainly. I mean, the Hex player base as is much smaller. So like, it's like the 1K tournaments usually have somewhere between 60 and 100 people. So a lot of people regularly, consistently do well in them. So I have a daze here. We're flipping this Delver next turn. So I'm going to capitalize on our opponent's mistake here. Don't realize they should play around days. I'm at war with the world, can't I? Into the dark. $17 to $18. Me again. I'm awake. I'm alive. All right. Cut these. Do we think they're a Stoneblade deck? Like, they have Jace, Vryn's Prodigy, and Mentor? Like, I think I'm gonna put them on not Stoneblade, so I'm not gonna board in the Grudge and the Null Rod, I don't think. I'm gonna cut the Cabal, 1 Cabal Therapy and 2 Forces. Yeah, I feel like Mentor means they don't have it. Do I want Spell Pierce? Spell Pierce is pretty good at protecting our threats. Is it better than these Forces, maybe? These Cabal Therapies? Therapy's pretty good. Give this a try, see how it feels. It could be. The K commands and the therapies hedge it a little bit. So, like, if they are playing a blade deck, we'll bring these 3 in for the last game. I'm awake and I'm alive. It's an instant speed card that sweeps your opponent's entire board away. Giving your opponent, it's turning one of the resources into a different resource, but the resource you're converting it into is much less valuable, especially in the mid to late game. Like, using Settle the Wreckage on 2 or 3 creatures on turn 4 is a pretty sizable advantage to your opponent, but like, using Settle the Wreckage for 3 or 4 creatures on turn 8 really doesn't matter. Right now. I'd have to look at my board notes from today, Rogue, but I was bringing in 1 Surgical Extraction against blue-white control for taking out their Terminuses and screwing with their Snapcaster Mages. I think you just gained some tempo value from it. To remember it all, promises are made if you just hold on, hold on. It seems excellent. Probably a matchup where Wasteland's pretty good. Hold on. We can even probe our opponent to get a heads up on if we want to wasteland them aggressively or not. For you to dull the pain. To ponder here since we know they have a plow. All these cards are great, right? I don't think I want this Force of Will. And they have a lot of land, so we don't want to wasteland them aggressively anyways, so we'll just use that towards casting the Keranos. They gonna end step Brainstorm? There's no reason to do that. Yeah, I think the Counterbalance Miracle is a little bit different, Rogue. Also, between like Cabal Therapy and Probe, often you can take cards out of their hand with Surgical. Surgical also acts as a makeshift 5th Probe for when you really need to Cabal Therapy them. I think that Brainstorm is a little bit too aggressive. Like, my opponent's hand is like pretty reasonable as is. In general, you don't want to cast Brainstorm the same way you cast Ponder or Serum Visions. You want to cast Brainstorm when your hand needs something specific or like needs something to change. In fact, I might Brainstorm because I don't really want this Grim Lavamancer. I know there's a Force on top of my deck that I can throw back as well, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cast this, and we'll throw back the Force and the Grim Lavamancer probably. That's reasonable. Play this Delver out as Plow Bait. I'd rather have the Grim Lavamancer in my deck to draw later than the Delver in my deck to draw later, I think. and then next turn we can play Wasteland and then snap Ponder. Nice. Yeah, it's one of the great things about Hex being a full trading card game with a buy, sell, trade secondary market is like I can lend cards to friends. Like when we're testing decks, we mail cards back and forth to each other. I guess this doesn't really eat a plow. Want to reveal Force of Will? Sure. Again, just kind of want to hit my land drop so we can play this Karanos out. How aggressively do you want to counter my Ponder? Plowing my thing? Sure. He wasn't attacking anyways. Take some 3 health. I'm just shuffling this, right? We're just looking for lands. Fucking Magic Online bugs. Small, non-zero portion of the time Magic Online just doesn't shuffle when you tell it to shuffle. I guess you could make an argument that maybe I should have taken a blue card off that Ponder so I could force pitching a blue card to counter a Jace here. Snapping Brainstorm or snapping Plow on my snap? Brainstorm, okay. So cleared away one by one. Rain as they come. You're so cold, keep your hand on mine. Wonder I long man time. Tilt! Oh, they know about the Force of Will too. No, we can K-command the Karanos back, right? So this is fine. See that you're advertising, oh, it's a similar thing called Mana Trader. Spare Deck is for physical cards. Spare Deck rents physical Magic cards. Mana Traders is a MTGO thing that seems weird. Like, you don't actually get to rent decks, you like rent them like hourly or something instead of always having a deck checked out. Spare Deck, you just pay them a flat fee for so many weekends, or like if you pay them a monthly fee, you have to always have one deck checked out all the time. So long Force of Will. Cabal Therapy is interesting. I guess that's good with Mentor, huh? Just like it's good with Pyromancer. Yeah, Spare Deck's great. I used them a lot when I was traveling for Paper Magic. Last time. If you're doing a rental for a weekend or 2 weekends, it's like 10% the cost of the deck, I believe, 10 to 12%. It varies depending on what the deck is. You can look on their website and see what their prices are. There's a discount code in my sponsor section for 7% off, I think it is. Let's give this. The scroller will come up in a second and tell you what the discount is and how much it is. I guess I get to Tombstalker next turn, huh? Do you want to take my K-Command or do you want to take my Karanos? They might just want to take my K-Command here, honestly. You want to build Mardu Mentor, right? That might be sweet. You play Cavern of Souls for... Just takes my K-Command away, yep. No, actually, they don't. They have to be sleeve playable when you send them back. Like, you can't like destroy them, but like, I send cards back to them. I riffle shuffle when I play Magic. I riffle the crap out of all my cards. So, I wonder if I'm supposed to just play Grim Lava Man there instead of the Delver. Am I walking into a sweeper if I play this out? I feel like I'm walking into a sweeper. They brainstormed last game like they might have Terminus in their 60. Zealous Persecution? Ugh. Yep. I mean, that sounds like something someone else would send me money and then I'd play it. We're not going to spend my own money. We only spend my money to play Grixis Delver. Yeah, correct, Drek. Tilt. So long, God of Storms, you're too pure for this world. Wait, what? Oh, we're gonna flash it back and take them both. Got it. Got it. For Corinne. I'll save 3 cards to our none. I don't have any physical cards in my desk anymore, otherwise I'd give an example. That's what we call a good draw in the biz. Hex is supposed to become Hex recently released on the PlayStation 4, and their CEO said they plan to be on tablets by the end of the year. But I don't think they'll ever officially support cell phones because unlike games like Hearthstone and Eternal and Test Legends, Hex doesn't have a unit limit on the board. So like you can have 400 things in play or whatever. It's like a hard cast force. I wanted to hold this call against command until I can have a 5th land to like do more stuff with it. So I want to like K command back, make them discard, get my Snapcaster back, and then Snapcaster my K command, make them discard, get back like Karanos or True Nemesis. That's a pretty good one. Hearthstone is a goof pooping game. Yep, I agree with that assessment. Yeah, exactly. Like Hex is a game that's like designed for you to like sit down and really like play and engage with. It's a game that when I want to sit down for a couple hours and play a game. Their ladder and their tournaments are Cletus 3000 with the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. Hex has best of 3 for their stuff. So like you're playing longer games that are lower variants because you're not just like slamming into each other in best of 1 and 5-minute games while you poop or while you wait in the line. Don't Cabal therapy me. That's such a tilt. Oh, I can brainstorm, right? Let's do that. I guess I could have a Force of Will here. You can also get Spell Pierced. Hopefully we're going to brainstorm and hide this K command. Sweet. Gonna hit our land too. It's awesome. Resolves. We need that bolt anyways. This is game 2, right? Feels like game 2. Commander's a good guess. It's a 4 of that we haven't played yet. C. Anderson. I am sorry. I am so terrible at usernames, and I was doing something else and talking. Thank you for the correction, Immortals, and thank you for the resub, C. Anderson. I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna play this. Is Hex expensive? It's cheaper than Magic. The tier 1 competitive decks in Hex, so because Hex is a full buy sell trade secondary market, the tier 1 decks will vary in price from season to season depending on like how many rares and stuff are in them. Historically speaking, the tier 1 decks usually cost somewhere between like $75 and $150 USD to buy outright, but Hex is also free to play if you want it to be. So if you're someone that has more time than money, you can spend time grinding the in-game currency to pay for cards as well. Hex's ladder is also free to play on, so like if you pick up a budget constructed deck, you can just like grind the budget constructed deck on the ladder for the in-game prizes every season, and like every 2-month season there's like $15 or $16. GG's in the Legacy Challenge today. You're still bad at flipping Delvers. K. Bueller with the big cheer. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. No, man, I'm just stupid and it's late. It's 11 p.m. The Legacy Challenge started at 10 a.m. this morning, and it's 11 p.m. So I've been playing Magic off and on for 13 hours now. I am not playing the K command out here because my opponent can snap Force of Will. Yeah, exactly. Like, as someone, we're getting, this is my life. Yep, they are dead, Jim. Wait, my opponent timed that wrong, and we got a thing. Deal. The Cabal Therapy is great, and it isn't. It lets us check and make sure the coast is clear, right? I think I want these. What do I want to name here? Do we think they run actual factual counterspell? It feels like they have a Snapcaster Mage. Like, my soul read is Snapcaster Mage. They also haven't cast a Brainstorm yet this game, though, right? They did. My guts is Snapcaster Mage, and Snapcaster Mage is a card I care about, and they probably have 4 of them. So I'm going to name that. Plow and Council's Judgment. Okay, well, both those cards suck. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn here now. And the next turn, we'll attack them with this, flashback the Cabal Therapy, and take one of these 2 cards away and check and see if the coast is clear for Council's or Call Against Command. We'll take the Council's Judgment because I can get rid of Karanos. We're gonna like chain through Snapcaster Mages and Call Against Commands here too. Excuse me, it exiles Karanos, it does not kill him. Yeah, I wanna just wait a turn because I want to check and see, make sure they don't have like a Force of Will or a counterspell for my Call Against Command next turn. And I get an appointed damage this way as well. Turn 11, that's like 3 games of Modern, right? Like, how grindy do we get though? Like if their hand is like just like straight poop, we get to like K command back Snapcaster Mage, make them discard a card, and then like snap K command, make them discard a card. Are they plowing this? That's really good. So they have Swords to Plowshares in their hand. They pondered. So their hand is Plow Council Judgment right now. Are they plowing this in response? Sure. So their last card is Council's Judgment. So I'm gonna K command. Oh no! Oh no! They know about this K command. Okay, and I knew that was the thing that was gonna be happening. All right, let's do this. Can see this. I'm gonna hide this Deathrite Shaman for now. No, that's probably not true. I probably want to play the Deathrite Shaman. I'm gonna do this. Do that. Yeah, we are gonna grind this person into the ground. Get back and now I'm insane. Your mind. So we're gonna K command, make them discard this Council's Judgment, bring back my Snapcaster Mage. Or do I want to just... Or do I want to just, do I want to just get the Karanos back right away? How do we feel about the value here? I feel like I want the Snapcaster Mage. The value in me wants the Snapcaster Mage. Do we get the Karanos back right away and just, like, give them only one draw? We're definitely making them discard and returning something. What are we getting? I think just getting the Karanos back is guaranteed value. That's fair. It's like, all right, here's your draw step. It better be a card that answers my Karanos. Yeah, that's fair. And like, we're kind of ahead here, even if they find a counter rate. Like famous last words, we're like ahead by a small margin. And the top card of my deck right now is a Brainstorm. Great. Please shuffle. Snapcaster Mage does also answer Karanos. Worth noting. There's like reason to get Snapcaster Mages. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Slowly fell apart, and I'm staring down the barrel of a 45. For the life. That's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Fine. It's a piece of my kid's train track. Oh, God. Oh, God, we're gonna lose now, huh? 10 out of 10. Should have... I'm just gonna go with my gut from now on. We'd have fucking dumpstered them if I'd have gotten Snapcaster Mages. We'd have dumpstered them if I'd have gotten Snapcaster Mage. We'd have killed this and gotten back another Snapcaster Mage. Opponent accidentally hit their auto pass key again, it looks like. That's what happened last game. They get out of it while they were inside of combat. Yeah, we really don't have a comeback mechanic at this point. They hit Mentor into Snapcaster off of that, which is much better against Karanos than it would have been against... Opponent is on 7 minutes, that's true. We do have a very real chance of timing our opponent out if we have another long game in Game 3. That being said, like, opponent's deck is definitely very capable of generating fast games of Magic. Yeah, this is our last grindy card. Both our Kolaghan's commands are out, both our Snapcaster Mages are out. Poor Karanos, you got voted off the island, bud. Yeah, maybe. Just the stone colds. Let's go. Let's go! Alright, let's eat these plows out of here. Now, there's shit on top of my deck anyways. Let's just draw that. I'm technically winning this race, right? No way. There's no way. Mentor is... Why didn't they attack? We know there's a fetch line on top of my deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and fetch. Alright, I mean, that's a fine draw, right? Little wheels of tape to remind me that I'm alone. In my head, that makes. This is the slow version of this song. I like you, Blue October, but the slow versions of your songs suck. This is my 5-mana counterspell. There are many like it, but this one is mine. As someone who values both resource efficiency and countering cantrips aggressively, no brainstorm for you. Mattress under the mattress. Bolt. I choose you, Pikachu. Why not? I'm draining them. It's strictly correct to leave up both activations. Yeah, almost certainly. Am I about to get wrathed? I'm about to get wrathed, aren't I? Tilt. How to fucking tilt. Need this Force of Will so they can't snap a force on something later. Maybe playing this out was greedy. I don't know. Just leaving the death rate in play loses to a couple of things. Alright, let's go. This is my little green man. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Fair and balanced. Play my Birds of Paradise Grim Lavamancer split card. This card's so dumb. God bless, I guess. More tickets for us. Is this Deathrite Shaman card good? Does anyone know? Is this one reasonable? I feel like it might be okay. Man, this league's been going for an hour and a half, and we're only 3 matches in? We'd be, like, done with 2 modern leagues by now most of the time. It's awful, EV. How are we doing this? It takes forever. Okay, victim number 4. Into stuff. Maintenance means you're a gluttonous queen, narcissistic and mean. Kill me romantically with vomit, then ask me for a piece of gum. My sugar plum. I love you. She moves through moonbeams slowly. And when they're at... This is a good album. 10 out of 10. Firm agree. Solid album. Alright, so we're gonna wasteland them, eat their thing, and then bolt their Deathrite Shaman. Be this. Stop hitting him! He's already dead! Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself, opponent? I wonder if I'm supposed to Cabal Therapy there. Named Force of Will. Feels like I was supposed to Cabal Therapy named Force of Will. Yeah. Yeah, we fucked up. We got excited. Got excited and shit the bed. I am listening to music. You all are not listening to my music because, unlike most streamers, I don't break the Twitch TOS or or copyright law in general. Things that are against the law. Stop breaking the law, asshole! Goif? Bug Delver? And sexy. Yeah, I think I turned this likely easy win into a loss here by not leading on the Cabal Therapy. I didn't want to like blind therapy, but I should have just blind therapied. Wait, we just like made 2 mana and passed. They tapped one of those for the wrong color. Let's start with Ponder. Start with Ponder, see if we find a probe. I'll take a bolt, try and kill this thing again. Love me dead. Part of the problem too is that like even when you're not violating copyright law, a lot of the time what's the word I'm searching for? I'm not attacking with this because if they crack another fetch land, I want to eat a land out of their discard pile in response so they can't play Gurmag Angler. So I'm going to eat this in response so they can't play Gurmag Angler. It's a very little thing, but small hedge. Just like the 1 point of damage isn't worth the possibility of them putting down a Delve Threat this turn. La ba ba da da da. La da 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 da. They have Abrupt Decay? Sure. Born of a jackal, you're beautiful. I feel like I want to just fire one of these off. Should have fired one of these off way earlier. Just turn 1, taking their force away. I think they're Sultai Delver. Ponder's a 4 they likely play. Leovold, yep. Leovold and Plow, okay. They are some kind of weird 4-color pile. Yes, Legacy. The people that are trying to win in Legacy, when people are trying to win, Legacy is not particularly diverse. The cards that are good are much better than the cards that are not good. No, I don't think calling Leovold is reasonable. They very likely don't play 4 Leovolds. Isn't Legacy fun? Are you having fun, chat? I'm having fun. Welcome to Thunderdome, opponent. Please enjoy your stay. Man, could you imagine if I hadn't messed up that turn 1? You don't want to play Magic anymore? That's so strange. That's so strange. Time began to blur. I think this is an Edict matchup. Not actually sure what 100% sure what they're doing. And like this deck that I'm playing, so like there's a lot of Grixis Delver variations that are more aggressive than this deck that I'm playing right now. Like my deck is kind of a hybrid between the more controlling decks and the more aggressive decks in the format. You think they're a Stoneforge deck? I kind of want to leave Cabal Therapy in because Plow kind of implies to me that they're a Stoneforge deck with Leovold. Although these Diabolic Edicts probably aren't good because there's probably Baleful Strixes in their deck, right? What do I feel about this? I think I like this. Let's give this a try. I do play main deck True Name Nemesis, main board True Name Nemesis. True Name is great. I have like two like big mana slots in my main deck. One is a True Name and one is a Culligan's Command. I have a second of each in my board for these grindier matchups. Show me what you're working with. Wasteland Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Okay. Interesting. Gonna take Gideon away here, right? Or True Name? I'm gonna take True Name away. Yeah, we saw Swords of Plowshares game 1. No Wasteland me. Also worth noting, my Delver deck plays one more land than most Delver decks because we have more expensive spells in it, and also to like not get ganked by stuff like this. Just play more mana, folks. Don't die to your greed. Our decks are very consistent. Our deck is very consistent. Don't die to being greedy. Speaking of not dying to being greedy, I just want both of these lands, right? I think so. Each should buy. Like in bolt this Deathrite Shaman and then Wasteland them. Voice is all I heard. Did I get what I deserve? So give me reason to prove me wrong. The distance in your eyes. So I want to draw the Deathrite that's on top of my deck. I'm not really sure that I do. Oh, I do, right? Because I want to trade this Deathrite for the Gideon that's in their hand with this Cabal Therapy. So they have Gideon, Abrupt Decay, and then one card I don't know right now. Alright, I guess I'll bite. Let's pay for this. They have a second daze. But if they're dazing me again, then they're not playing Gideon next turn, right? They're just letting me 2-for-1 them with this Cabal Therapy? That seems like a really bad use of daze. So they have Plow and Abrupt Decay in their hand? Sure. Sure, I guess. So, like, next turn I'm gonna Wasteland them and then bolt their Deathrite Shaman? They were together. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and play this and then play my own Deathrite. I don't care if they kill this. I want to be able to Pyroblast a blue spell next turn, I think. Although I guess I really don't want to fetch. I don't really want to fetch another red, do I? Yeah, that was wrong. I should have Wastelanded them. Because like now if they hit Leovold, I'm obligated to Rebbit or blast it. Our Snapcaster is great. Waste them off of their tropical island because it means they can't cast this Abrupt Decay then. You have a Vendilion Click. Your last card is now an Abrupt Decay they can't cast. Okay. Been on the phone now. Home now. I'm gonna fetch an Underground Sea here and build our own Silvergill Adept. We know that they have Abrupt Decay in hand, but like if they want to Abrupt Decay my card that cantripped, I'm fine with that. They're not at nearly low enough life total for like Snap Bolting them to be a reasonable line, and I want to just like get pressure on the table while using my mana this turn. They have they Brainstormed. They have a True Name as their last card in hand. Okay, I'm gonna play this so we can blast this True Name and not get dazed. Just like super rewarded here for choosing to do it with they're playing around Stifle Days here. I mean, they're just on, like, stone nothing after this, right? Tap your lands, right? To be tramping on the... I'm just gonna save this for a Snap Pyroblast, I think. It's like not die to a Leovold. I know we have this Bolt, but like I don't want to give him value out of a Leovold, I don't think. Alright. Everybody. How close are we to just like Snap Bolting them out of the game? So if I Snap Bolt them, they go to 14, I attack them to 10, and these bolts put them to 6. Probably a little bit aggressive. Yeah, I'm just gonna control their board and like slowly kill them with the Snapcaster Mage until they take our threat out. I'm just gonna keep beating them down with this one, I think, and like hold up Snap Blue Blast or Snap Power Blast. It's all contextual, Immortal. You know that. Like we can't work on anything for Hex the standard format yet. Even like the spoilers are neat, but like without a fuller picture of the format, like it's not really doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? On a Leovold? That tapping and untapping signifies something that can only be described as the awkwardness of casting a card that has 3 different colored mana symbols in it on Magic Online. God, these Snapcasters are great. This deck is great. Go Flusterstorm? Tilt. Alright, so we have a Bolt to finish off this Leo. You get to draw a card from it, but that's like not that big of a deal. It's like their 1 card versus our 2 Snapcaster Mages on the top of our deck. Just do this now. And pay for a daze, so nothing to really play around. I think I want to hold this. They could reasonably have Verdict or Zealous Persecution in their deck. Okay, I'm going to commit a second threat to the board, but I'm not going to commit all 3. Noble Hierarch, yep. Alright, Delver. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives, Mr. Delver? Nope, being a jerk. Alright, and again, in an effort to not play into a sweeper, I'm gonna attack for 3 here. Once this flips, I might play out 1 more of these, because then, like, we don't lose all of them to Zealous Persecution. What's your favorite standard season thingy? I don't know what you mean. That's a beating. Well, I guess if they get Jitty, I just have True Name. Oh, what season of Standard was my favorite? They're 1 mana short of being able to equip and attack this turn, so that's good for us. We're gonna equip to the Stoneforge. Sure. So they are a Stoneforge Mystic deck. Yes, please. Alright, they're dead to Lightning Bolt here. Oh, I think I'm putting this back and this back. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and ponder here. Look for a bolt, any order, shuffle. Right, choose you, Pikachu. Alright, they need like exactly Zealous Persecution here. I guess Marsh Casualties works for them too. Maybe that's a reason to wasteland them. Nah, if they have access to white, they have Zealous, not Marsh Casualties. GG's opponent. Hey, KevK with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here, so thank you for helping me make more wonderful legacy content and TCG stuff in general. Fell to the floor. Couldn't do this anymore. Okay, locked for cash in this league. Lost that kind of unfortunate second match to that artifact deck where we had a bad beat, but other than that, we are just 2-0 in all these other matches. Let's wrap this league up and then we'll play some Hex and we'll call it a night. Thanks everyone for hanging out here. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Enjoyed all the Pro Tour coverage. Played some Modern earlier. Those videos are up on my YouTube channel now, so if you missed the Jeskai Burn deck and the Green Black Tron and you're a Modern fan, be sure to check out my YouTube channel that's linked in the streaming information below. Why does the cheer cup only have red pebbles? Because those are all new subscribers. Whenever someone subscribes for the first time, for the first 3 months, they are a ruby gem that falls on in there. It's so good, even Hogland could win with. I mean, part of being a good Magic player is having good deck selection and putting yourself in a position to win. This deck is certainly the power of this deck definitely carries me to a non-zero number of the wins that we have. Seems kind of mediocre, but it's got like a blue source, a brainstorm, a force blue card, my opponent mulligan, so got 0 chance this hand is just fine. It's a threat or a probe, it goes from like fine to like B+. Whoa. That doesn't imply we're playing a Delvermere. I'm confused. Does my opponent understand what format we're playing? Maybe they're confused. Maybe they're playing check pile and they have a basic swamp in their deck. What do I name here with this? They could be a reanimator deck. It could also be check pile. I'm just gonna pass for now. Could be turbo depths. No second land. Yeah, buddy. Fair and balanced. Glad we waited. Is in fact the reanimator deck. Got it. So I'm gonna take their collective brutalities away from them here. They have 2 reanimate spells. Getting a little bit punished for keeping a kind of medium hand. Since we lost our brainstorm, but I think that hand's a keep. I'm just like drawing mono land sense. There's a reason we have 3 surgicals in our board. We're gonna just 2 reanimate spells, massacre worm. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the Delver out. I think we're just supposed to do that. Go and play Scourge. Need to kill them. I get a scry with this fetch land on the Delver trigger. Do I want a Tombstalker? I can like put that into play this turn, right? Like 1, 2, yeah, no, and I don't want to shuffle that away just yet. Let's go ahead and attack with this. Put a very real clock on the table here. I'm gonna get an Underground Sea, and I'm gonna get a Tropical Island as well, just in case we rip Deathrite Shaman. It's actually bigger than Massacre Worm, which is nice. And then actually, if they don't hit this turn, we can just hold up Hardcast Forcible, and then the game's probably over. So, brick once more, please, in your inconsistent combo deck. Please brick, sweet. Alright, so having Hardcast Force up probably into the game. Hand of Days, yep. Alright, beat my Days Force. You're dead in 3? Dead in 3. Close. I almost said dead in 2, but it's only 8. Get enough pain. Because I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Alright. Diabolic Edict's actually pretty good in this matchup because a lot of their threats die to it. Therapy's okay, but not amazing. Snapcaster Mage's extra surgicals. Alright, yeah, I think that's the plan. Cut, bolts, Cabal Therapy, K Command, true name for Edict Surgical Spell Pierce. Let's go. Without love, pain. I can't get enough pain. Is this hand good? If so, why? Can anyone explain? Can anyone explain to me why this hand is good in the Reanimator matchup? Just you don't have to raise your hand, just shout out the answer. Nothing at all, pain without love. It's the nuts. Very good, class. These are my things. Do your stuff, opponent. Tonight we are victorious. Yes. Oh, Panic at the Disco. Do 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 do. Peace, Pete. Wasteland's actually not particularly good in this matchup because they're like all basic swamps. I'm supposed to board a Wasteland out over like the Cabal Therapy. Also, fun thing that a lot of people don't think about in this deck, if you don't need to be gaining life actively as a Deathrite Shaman, don't be afraid to board the Tropical Island out. Fireworks like it's the 4th of July. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to force this because they could have 2 reanimate spells. They're gonna have 2 reanimate spells here, aren't they? We're just like gonna have made all these jokes about how this is the nuts. I'm just about to get double reanimate spelled here. There's another I should have forced the into. I'm such a cock. I'm such a cocksmith. I'm such a cocksmith. Yeah, I deserve that. Yeah, we're gonna close up tonight with a couple matches of Hex. Ah, I'm so dumb. I'm gonna turn up the crazy, living like a washed up celebrity. Fireworks like God, that's such sweet justice. I deserve that. Fucking Hogland. Making fun of his reanimator opponent, gets dumpstered. That's okay. That was just the purest karmic correct, right? Just like, man, what an asshole just got my stuff handed to me. A washed up celebrity, shooting fireworks like it's the 4th of July. I'm actually going to lead on Underground Sea here, because if we draw a cantrip next turn, I want to use the land I started with to cantrip. We have plenty of other fetches to grab Trop with. Yeah, that's very fair. As soon as I let it resolve, I like felt like this was wrong. I messed up. So we've got Spell Pierce plus Deathrite Shaman here, which is nice. The nice thing about Deathrite Shaman, because it's like this jacked up magic card, Brainstorm is a great draw too to shuffle away these extra lands. Because Deathrite Shaman is a jacked up magic card, it can kill my opponent when we don't need it to eat their creatures. No, Spell Pierce's Collective Brutality. Where you are. So, one thing you want to make sure to do with this deck is that you want to aggressively remove their creatures from their discard pile, because Exhume doesn't target. So if they're able to line up multiple creatures in their graveyard, they can Exhume successfully through a Deathrite Shaman activation. So you want to make sure you nip that in the bud whenever possible. I'm taking you with me. I wonder if I'm supposed to leave some K commands in my deck, because opponent often has Pithing Needle in theirs. I say this might be a little greedy, but we're not getting punished for it because there's no justice in the world. I think I want this Ponder. So I'm gonna hard cast this Daze. Am I hard casting this Daze? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hard cast this Daze. Want these lands in play, I think. Because it gets to play Deathrite Shaman and Lightning Bolt, is what it comes down to. Those are just like both cards you want access to. I think I'll take this Delver and then a random. That seems fine. I guess puts a clock on the table for me. I'm getting a Volk. Seems fine. Well, I guess I don't really have many red cards in my deck right now, do I? No, I do not. It's like Pyromancer, exactly. Hold this Ponder so I can hold up green source for Deathrite and have a card for this Force of Will. Even drawing another land here is not the worst, because it means I can hardcast this Force. Cabal Therapy is good too, but Pyromancer with Cabal Therapy is actually the real. Is that good? That one seems great. I'm taking you with me. Yeah, I think Bolt by and large is better than Fatal Push and Legacy. The reach is just invaluable. Very, very good. Yeah, that's fine. Or did in 2 here. We drained them to 10, untap 7, then 5. So they gotta beat through this Daze and this Force, and they're dead in 2 currently. Like I mentioned earlier, that's a reasonable draw, because it means we can hardcast this Force. Bolt also kill Planeswalkers. Yep, finish off with Liliana the Veil, and finish off Jace the Mind Sculptor. This mono black reanimator deck also has the fact going on that like it's playing something like Massacre Worm and Grave Titan, because they can just like make 6 mana off of Lake of the Dead and Dark Rituals and just like hardcast their threats. Sweet. We got the 4-1. And like I said, you know, we can go back and watch it if you didn't watch it earlier today. We've been streaming with the deck for about 2 hours. I feel like we got pretty unfortunate to lose lose this match that we lost in match number 2. It's also possible I kept a bad hand in the second game. The third game we got pretty unlucky, but again, like, the thing you always want to look at when you're trying to improve as a Magic player isn't just like, if you just look at a match and go, I got unlucky and there was nothing I can do, there's nothing you can do to improve upon that as a player. In reality, you want to look at matches like full sets, and I think there's a very real possibility that I just should have mulliganed my hand in the second game that we lost in that set. The Karanos was kind of sweet in the board. I think I'm gonna try that again. I like grinding, and this card grinds. Let me give everyone a piece of advice. Don't leave home without 2 Kolaghan's commands in your Grixis Delver deck. It's a mistake. You want 2 Kolaghan's commands in your Grixis Delver deck. You probably want 2 True Names and a Tombstalker as well, but definitely the Kolaghan's commands. They make a lot of matches that are kind of tough much more winnable. All right. So that's going to wrap up our Delver and Magic portion of the evening.